Morning or good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our show. This is brought to you by Ninjalerts. Everything we say on the show is not financial advice. Of course, we talk about trading and NFT news and all that fun stuff. And of course, it's brought to you by Ninjalerts, which is a trading app that allows you to track your favorite whales and influencers to see what they meant, when they meant it, what they buy and sell, when they buy and sell it. I'm Chris, and this is Ken. What's good today, Ken?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? It's our Friday. It's Thursday, our Friday. I'm happy to
Nice.
be here, man. Can't wait for the weekend. Now
You got
that
some alpha plays this weekend? Are you gonna just be
no,
chilling?
oh no, I don't have to talk to you, so I
Oh,
can't wait for
nice.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Get a break.
that's always great.
Get a break
Spend
from
some
my
time.
alpha. All my sweet alpha.
Not so sweet, Chris. Your alphas are the most bitterest, the most bitterest alpha there is. But we're back, man. It's hold on, I gotta hit the air horn for Thursday though, man. Thursday, we made it towards the end of the week. It's not the end of the week yet, but we did make it this far, man. How you doing, Chris?
I'm
How's
I'm
life for
good.
you?
I'm good. I'm in between the okay and the not okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm okay. You could be not okay, but I know this is what the topic is gonna be today. I noticed you was on a space yesterday where
Yeah,
people were just hating on the not okay beers. Like, did you pick up anything from that or
yeah. I
like
was I was also in the space before that when what is his name? I had to pull it up. Da, da,
Hustler?
da.
OX
Hustler.
Hustler?
Yeah, when Hustler bought it. So I was in that space when Hustler bought it, and then I listened to the other space, and yeah, it was. I don't know. Listen, I didn't know Hustler well. Were you in that space that the second space or
Yeah, for like 5 minutes. I didn't really stay
yeah?
too long.
Well, apparently Hustler has a really bad history, and so like a lot of the other influencers that know him aren't bullish on it. But for those of you that are watching it and don't really understand what's going on, Not Okay Bears was obviously like a copy pasta of Okay Bears. They just flipped them around. And granted, there was zero royalties. I think the only thing there was like a mint price, and all of that went to mental health, from my understanding, or like 20%. So maybe he made a little bit of money. I'm not really sure, but it was for mental health. Well, now it became a lot bigger than it was supposed to be. Obviously, like Twitter kind of blew up about it, and now one of the influencers, I would consider Hustler an influencer. There's 2,000 people in that space. Is buying the project Not Okay Bears, and I don't know. What do you think about that, Kenny? Like, you think it's kind of weird?
No, it's not weird at all. It's kind of normal. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think the current owners or the devs of the project know what it takes to get it back on OpenSea. I think they're probably just banking on the fact that it might just get relisted on the OpenSea. And when that happens, the price is gonna go up, and their profits are gonna go up. But the details is what I haven't looked into. All I saw was a tweet from OS Hustler saying he owns it now. I knew there was a few people that wanted to buy it, but the thing is that is there because there was 0% fees after did
he's
they
changing
like
that.
in order to of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, he's changing that.
Of course. So in order to if he paid for it, he's gonna have to get his money back. And if there was no residuals coming in, then that was kind of a dumb purchase. But if he changes that, obviously he's gonna get paid once if he could get it back on OpenSea, which I think Hustler does have some pull and he might be able to do it. But again, I don't know how far it's not okay beers. It's a pretty much copy and paste work. It's not
That's what.
original in any way.
Yeah, that's why I said it was different. And maybe this does happen all the time, but like just the fact that the project is a copy paste project that's getting bought. Like, I don't know how often that happens. Like, did Funks get bought, or like Zunks, or anything like that?
No, they did not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't surprise me that somebody's buying a project. It surprises me that it's like this type of project. Like, I don't know. So
I mean, it's cheap.
what they are gonna do is, I think they're gonna change the images of the Not Okay Bears to like be a little bit more different than the like current Okay Bears. So it is going to be, they're going to look different. Apparently, they're going to change that.
Uh, yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I really don't know about that. It's 10,000, right? I
Yeah,
don't think they're
that
gonna.
landed on the space last night. So
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. It sounds like a some pumps going on, but I don't know. Maybe they're actually gonna pull it off, change a little bit of something, something, and get it back on OpenSea. If they do change some more things, if they turn it into more of a derivative than just a rip off, then it might have some legs, but I don't know how far it's gonna go. It's See, the thing is that a lot of people hate Solana, man. That's just what it is. They just hate Solana. So I think more people hate Solana enough to make this thing succeed. But at this current state, I don't see how it will succeed because it is a straight ripoff of the artist's work. Like it's not you can't just flip it and call it yours now. That's not how this world works, especially when it comes to creatives. So if they do make some changes on there, it would have some legs. I'm just hearing this now from you, so I don't know how much changes they intend to do. I haven't done research on that, but if changes are made, it will come back and it will fly. But I don't know. It might get as high as point 0.4 again. If it comes back, there's enough people that hate Solana that is just gonna pump it just because they hate Solana and they want
yeah,
the ETH version to be more successful than the Solana version. So you could always lean on that, in my opinion, anyways. So I want to know what changes was made actually, what
yes,
changes they plan on making,
they're supposed to keep rarities to where like whatever rarity you bought
the
will
percentage.
stay. Yeah, but they're gonna change the actual art and images. I guess I don't know to make it
Mm.
more of a derivative or completely different, but that's what he claimed on the space last night. I was there for like half of Hustler space, and I was there for almost the full counter space. That was like completely against it, which was good too. Honestly, I was tempted to DJ and play it after Hustler Space, you know, because like I was there early, I could have bought in like before point one. But after listening to that other space, like I just don't really want to support Hustler or like kind of get involved with anything else he's involved with. So
Oh, do you have a history of him? Like you know other stuff he's been involved in?
I mean, there's
Because
a lot.
I just see him shit post, but I never really looked into
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah, I guess it's a he said, she said, but there's a lot of influencers in that space that have been in the space for a while, talking about how he's like threatened women, gotten their phone numbers, and like found their phone numbers,
Oh
doxed them
shit!
intentionally, threatened them. His partner got trial again. I'm saying I'm not trying to slander his name.
Allegedly,
I'm saying
allegedly,
what he heard, what I heard from another Twitter space. And
allegedly.
yeah, and they also said that his partner, because he is a business person, did get trialed with human trafficking, and he didn't directly, and I think his partner got off the hook with that. But it's just a bunch of really sketchy, ironic because in the space he's like, all right, I want you all to be peaceful and kind, you know, and like when you come up here, but everyone in that other space was like, no, this guy is everything but kind. Like he's threatened people for years. And he's not a good person. He also got trialed
Mm.
with battery and assault. So like, yeah,
Did he?
yeah, I don't know if that's something that I want
So
to.
he's doxxed.
Apparently, again, I'm saying what was said on the anti space last night. But
Mm.
what I mean on the anti space, I'm not just talking about like random people. Like some of these people have been in the space for a while, and I mean I would trust their credibility. So yeah, I don't know. Definitely made me a little bit more hesitant. And it's kind of funny because like people like me who don't know Hustler, it sounded bullish because like this like influencer came in, bought well, you know, whatever you want to call it, and is trying to make it something different. And but for people that know Hustler, apparently is everything but bullish. It was kind of like, it wasn't Polly,
Mm.
Ryder Rips, H Kevin, or OK Hotshot. It was okay. OK Hotshot was in that space. I just saw Alejandro say that. Polly and Ryder Rips are actually, I think they got banned from that space that I was listening to. They got kicked.
They get
Um,
banned from a lot of spaces, Chris.
there's like this is what I tried to bring up yesterday, and like I guess I was kind of like not blowing my mind, but like how confused I was. There's like layers of like of derivatives are okay, and then there's like copy pastas, and then there's what, but there's influencers in those layers. I never went down that rabbit hole until the last few days, so it was a very
Yeah.
interesting rabbit hole.
Yeah, according to Alejandro, he knows everything, man. It's coming straight from Facebook. Facebook comments. What up? Welcome to the show again, Alejandro. But yeah, I was he mentioned something about Ryder Ribs, and I actually did look it up. His board ape is in the hexagon, and we all know he's very anti bored apes because again he has all these proof and his claims that they are racist. Like he knows the founders of, he knows somebody that knows somebody. I don't know. It's not real legit proof, but he has on the comments I pulled it up because Alejandro said he was selling his a bored ape on Foundation, and I looked on his in his profile. It's actually a bored ape. Looks like well, it's gold, but let me see
It's
if I
not.
could
It's
pull it
not.
up.
No, I think it's a board 8 V3. That's the. I
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was getting to. So it looks like a board
got you.
ape, but because it actually has a hexagon, but when you click on it, it's actually a V3, so it's a fake board ape, and he has it on his profile picture, which it really doesn't make sense to me because he's so anti them. He's gonna use, he's gonna promote their image somehow.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. So like that was what I was trying to bring up yesterday, but I didn't really know in depth enough to explain. So yeah, it's an RR board ape. So this guy's been slandering board apes for like 6 months, and like you said, he it honestly it was interesting to read. But regardless, he claimed that the board apes were racist. He claimed that they had Nazi origins, and that like some of the apparent founders are involved with like white supremacists. But then he makes a copy pasta of their same art, so it's kind of like I'm like you, that kind of shakes me a little bit. Like it's a little confusing.
No, well, not that. That part doesn't confuse me because I mean, obviously, he's trying to make a point by like making money off of them, like just like the not okay beers is trying to stick it to okay beers by making a direct copy, just like the funks try to stick it to the punks. That's really why it was born. Because again, I believe they were mad that the Larva Labs wasn't doing much with their IP of the punks, so they just wanted to, they just stole it and flipped it and made money off of it. So to stick it to the punks. Same thing. I believe that's what he's trying to do. Writers trying to stick it to the apes by just copying their stuff, doing what the not okay bears are doing. I understand that. Understandable. The part I don't understand is why he's making it his PFP. Basically, it's an advertisement for the board apes. Like people are not gonna click on it just because it has a hexagon. But although I did click on it because it has a hexagon and it is a legit, legit V3. I'm trying to find it on Foundation right now, so I could pull that up.
Yeah, so
Let's
again, I
see.
briefly brought it up at the end of yesterday, but that's what I was getting at with the legal implications because he did get a letter from Yuga basically saying that he doesn't have to take it down. And that's where it gets a little bit like
Oh, he did.
yeah, that's where it gets a little bit more confusing in this field because as somebody who appreciates art, my personal stance is that like obviously you shouldn't copy and paste somebody else's art. The argument in the NFT space is that it does trace back to a token that leads you to a string of numbers that might or might not be attached to like a centralized database that could or could not be changed. So like you're not necessarily copying the arts because your token is different. So and that's what I tried to bring up earlier. It's not that I agree with that. It's just like it's a weird new thing that we have to talk about because it is a little different than like anything we've seen before.
What do you mean different? In what way?
Because
As different from the punks, funks, or like?
no, just the copyright laws. Like because like if you like take
Oh.
somebody's work of art and you copy it, that's always been a problem, right? Like that's always they could
Mm-hmm.
claim copyright on you. It's kind of almost a gray area right now because you have a different token which leads to a different string of numbers. Like what is an NFT, kind of at the end of the day, like and
String
that's
of numbers on the blockchain.
exactly that. So that's why it's kind of like, you know it would be an interesting case if like him and Hugo went to court. Like it'd be a very interesting case because he is using their art, but at the end of the day his token is different, which is what you bought. So he's making money off the token and the string of numbers, not necessarily the art. It's just a weird thing, man. And then it gets even
Yeah,
deeper when it talks about like mutant apes, because mutant apes can be changed. The images can be changed, like if
I
Hugo
didn't know
wanted
that.
to. Just like Moonbirds. We talked about that before, but the way that the code is written, it is a centralized database that they could technically change.
I did not know that.
Apes are not that way. So that's kind of the weird argument of like, okay, well, again, what are you buying and stuff like that. So this is where it gets way deeper, probably too deep for this show. But yeah, it's been a weird rabbit hole the last few days.
It's not deep enough, Chris. We need to get a little deeper on this show, man. It's Thursday. We're not gonna be here this weekend. Let's get as deep as we can. Now, his sales, he's just made 60 Ethereum off this stuff, man. What the hell, man? There's people lined up to give some people money no matter what they do, regardless of what they do. Now, we all know this is trash. This is not going anywhere. It's not real. It's all trash. But why are people willing to give them this much money when there's more artists out there with legit work, like Alejandro here, with legit work that can't get that much sales? Like it's like it's a little, the game they're playing is a little off. It's a little weird. It's not based in reality, because in reality they should not have 60 each sales. I know a lot of artists that can't even dream of 5 in total volume, and this guy just overnight 60 each sell on a copy. This is a exact ripoff.
It gets worse.
I mean,
so a lot of
his name is Rip, so
you notice how it's only 550 right now. I think a lot of those are targeted at specific influencers. So like you see like the bottom right one right now with the shades on. That's NFT Nick. And I told you that they got into a lot of drama the other night. So I'm pretty sure he did that one recently, just as like a backslap. But a lot of those I recognize as PFPs. Some of those are influencers that I think directly he's trying to make a stance against. It's a really, really, I don't know, man. It's. I would recommend anybody to go listen to the space that they were in the other day, because it got crazy and heated. It was the
it always does, Chris. Every time Ryder is in the space, he always does. He doesn't represent us well, I must say. And by us, I mean us.
It's a whole group, man. I mean, it's not just him. It's him. And I don't know, man. It's a whole group of people. It's like it's a certain like group of people with the same narrative. So I don't know. I've just been going again. It's layers of like. There's a different like you said yesterday. There's a difference between derivatives and like copy and pasting somebody's artwork. Yeah,
and when you say layers, as in the argument that you presented that they're buying the token and this represents the token, but the pushback I would have for that is that it's non-fungible token. You're not buying like a Bitcoin, it's fungible token. The part that makes this non-fungible is the art aspect of it. Just like in real life, art is subjective to how much you're willing to pay. If this artist drew a circle in the paper, you pay 1,000. But if that artist drew a circle in the paper, you're not gonna pay a dime for that paper. You're gonna charge that artist. But it's like the non-fungible part is the art. The IP is the non-fungible part. Is what I'm like. You can't say you're buying a token, the representative of the token. No. The art is the representation of the token, though. So that argument just doesn't work for me.
Agree with any of this? I'm just presenting.
I'm not saying you do.
Another one of his defenses is that it's conceptual art. So like it's not the art itself; it's like the meaning behind the art. So like obviously knowing his background, he's like anti-Bored Apes. So he believes, I guess, when people buy this art, it's more of a statement against apes, a statement against Yuga or whatever he believes they are.
I mean, to make that statement, that money got to go somewhere else other than his pocket, though.
You're right.
He made a lot of money off of funks as well.
Yeah,
and he's making money off of fake Bored Apes. Like the money, you can't be ripping people off and like being a white knight. Like that's kind of what he's trying to do, be a white knight, but pocketing all the money. That makes no sense to me. Like,
you're right.
That sounds like a scam to me. Like you're pointing out that they're a scam. I'm gonna do what they're doing just to show they're a scam, and like you're scamming too. Like I don't like if that money is not going. Like again, I don't know. Let me see the description. Context. Oh, okay. So no, it's just not going. The money is going to his pockets. Like in this bear market, he just made 60 ETH. Sales out of nowhere in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, crazy, dude.
But
Yeah,
yet we have artists that can't make a sale to save their life in this space. Mm.
yeah, man. It's nuts. It really is. Again, it's I don't know. It's even worse, and like I'll say, it's not like our show is like significant. And everybody's gonna listen to this, but I'm almost scared to say
Yes,
anything
it
about.
is, Chris. Our show
Okay,
is significance, and everybody's gonna listen to
I'm
this,
almost
Chris.
scared to say anything because like so many of them are like self-proclaimed hackers. So it's like if you go against them, it's like I don't know, like what are they gonna try to do? And like
They're not
especially
gonna. They're not gonna do anything to you, Chris.
yeah, I know exactly. I'm too small, but I mean they threatened to hack NFC Nick on the space last or the other night, like legitimately. Like
Shit.
Amakisu said that he was going to hack Nick on the space the other night, and dude, I told you this the other day, I think, but like Omakase is either the biggest con artist I've ever met, or he's an absolute genius. And like, I really don't know. Like, do you even know who I'm talking about?
No, I do not. I just know that you guys are not you, but all these guys are all nerds. If this
Mhm.
is a threat you're gonna give, I'm gonna hack you, buddy.
Yeah,
What space are you in, Chris? What's going on here?
I don't know,
Um,
man. I found the dark side of Twitter, bro. I'm not lying. Like,
oh my god, man.
real dark, man. Like,
Oh my god, what's going on? They're threatening to hack Nick on
yeah.
spaces. What?
I mean, it's possible, dude. I have a friend who like he's a white cap, which means he's an ethical hacker, and I mean he does that stuff, but he does it for ethical reasons.
Oh, I
So
know
I mean,
white hat hackers and black hat
yeah.
hackers. Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's just a really weird, uncomfortable thing. Uh,
Yeah,
I,
yeah. Yeah, but this is just I just can't play with these nerds, man. To threaten to hack somebody, that's a different. I never got that threat before, I've had different threats IRL. You feel me? A different, more life threatening threats other than I'll hack you, buddy.
bro,
What the
I don't know.
hell?
At the stage of life we're at, I almost rather real life threats at points. Like I can, yeah,
Than
I can
being hacked?
recover. I mean, it depends on what level of hack, Like that could really mess somebody up, depending on what you hack, what you steal. Like leak their information, steal their identity. If you're able to steal funds from them somehow, if there's any kind of weakness, like there's a lot of digital hacks that could like be very detrimental.
No, I'm aware there's a lot of digital hacks, but like you're gonna go on spaces and say, because you're popular, I'm gonna hack you if you don't do what I say or agree with me
Yeah.
somehow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't. I trust me. I don't know, man. That was a really weird. Well, it was ironic too because this is such a gossipy show. Gossipy.
Yes, Thursday, man. Let's get some excitement in this
It
bitch,
gets more
man.
ironic though because the same people that said that were the ones that were saying that the other show was gaslighting people, that they weren't spreading love, that they weren't onboarding new people to NFTs, and all that. So to make those threats and then come back and threaten to hack somebody in front of a 2,000 person audience, I don't, and then mute them every time they try to talk, and then just like roast them while they're muted. Like I don't know, that didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, it's I mean the circle jerking has gotten worse, man. It's getting a little too violent with those the circle jerk spaces.
Thursday
But
tea time.
it's I don't know what's going on in the space, man. It's kind of I mean at the lowest of bear markets, these people creep up. They creep up. Now Ryder is making bread off this, like with his white knight hero cape and all that. He's making a lot of bread at this time. If we could make 60 ETH right now, we'd be pretty happy. But he has a white knight, he has a platform, he has a bunch of people who are willing to give him money, although they kind of know the money is going to nothing.
He's got Polly. I mean, Polly's been shilling him, and then like I said, Omakasi's been on the rise. He went from like he just joined the space or the Twitter space like 3 months ago, and he's got 13,000 followers, about to be 14. Not paid followers, just because I'm telling you, dude. Like if you listen to this guy talk, like he's either an amazing con artist or like he's like one of the smartest people I've ever heard in my life. Like it's crazy. He uses a bunch of big words, so like it definitely like throws like people
I don't
off.
like
But
people like that.
apparently he's got over 20,000 Bitcoin. Not in Bitcoin. Bitcoin. was from the U.S., but now he's in Indonesia, where he takes an elevator to his room. He has a butler and 2 bodyguards from crypto. But that's beside the point. He's just a very interesting character to hear this, like, to be supporting RR basically, which is what they call the derivative. No, not
But
derivative. You know what I mean?
but Chris, do you know right now the money you make, you could live that same life in Indonesia?
Come on now.
No, I'm dead serious. I am
No,
dead serious. Do you,
I mean,
you don't know that, or do you think I'm lying to you? I am 100% serious.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I don't know. He said he did it for tax evasion, but he also said that he owns 25% of the
He
ETH.
said he's there for tax evasion.
Yeah.
Shit.
Listen, it's better. He said that he owns 25% of the ETH validators. So he said if he wanted, he got really technical with this, so I'm probably saying a very dumbed down version. But he said if he wanted to, like, essentially dump on people, he can see basically what goes through on the blockchain before the average person sees it. If he wanted to actually just dump on everybody, apparently that was his claim. But this isn't. I mean, he is a random person, but like he's a growing anti-influencer. I'm saying all this now because although it might sound irrelevant now, I feel like it's going to lead to more drama in the future. So I'm interested to see that unfold.
Yeah, drama. I mean, if we've been talking about this for almost 30 minutes, man. So drama is good for us. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a big deal, man. Like this
Yeah.
is like a battle of art almost, like, because the people I just named are on the side of they're another one of the argument. I do not agree with this. I'll say this every time. I'm big on art. My wife is an artist. I support artists. But one of their things is technically everything's a derivative, because, like, let's say, like, you take an ape and then you make you start drawing that ape, and then that's a derivative of the ape.
Inspiration is not a derivative.
But that's what they
Inspiration is
claim.
not a
That's what they
derivative.
claim it is. So it's kind of
They don't know.
yeah.
Like, do you know? I noticed a lot of these nerds don't really know art like that. Like, they don't know real artists before NFT space. They don't know, like, legit artists that have been doing this for decades. They don't, like, modern artists. They don't really know. They're not cultured, to be honest with you. A lot of them are just nerds. They know all the bits and numbers, and so it's kind of hard when they're talking about art, like, as if they know they're the de facto informer, or they know what art is, when they really don't. Like, they know all the technicals, all the maths, all the solidity, dev work, all that trash, but they don't really know the art. For them to speak on art as if they know art, and they have followers that believe they know everything they're talking about, when they really do not. That kind of gets to me sometimes, man. But
You make a good point. They are more technical driven. They're not art driven. So it is, to say the least, for technical driven people to kind of speak on behalf of art. That's very ironic.
That's what they do in the NFT space frequently. Again, the real artists are being pushed to the side, while we have circle jerk spaces with 2,000, 3,000 people talking about, oh no, that's real art. The beer is copied from the apes. No, they got inspiration from the apes. They did not copy from the apes. It's different. Derivative is not like, everything's not a derivative. Inspiration is different from like, come on, man. Come on.
This is a good conversation to have. And, like, I think the last thing I'll say on it, again, I say this every time. I'm not saying I agree with any of this. I'm just kind of repeating what I've been listening to for the past 2 days. Is one of the points of Web3 and decentralization is, like, open source. So, like, whatever's on there should be, they believe should be free to use for everyone on there. So yeah. I'm just saying.
Again, that's coming from somebody who's not a creative.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that, because we're trying to get artists to get into the space, and all the artists, like real legit artists in real life, are saying NFTs are a scam. I'd never be on NFTs. Then we have these devs coming out saying, oh, it should be, if you put your art here, we can do whatever we want with it. It's public domain. No, that is not the case.
Traveling back to the beginning of this conversation, I think this is why, in a good way, why that second space was so anti that first space. Like it was literally like I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube. It was like literally F not okay bears, and
Yeah,
so yeah, so like that's why because you're right, it repels. I feel like artists that want to be in the space and show their work because of stuff like this. So I don't know,
yeah,
man. It's a very interesting thought. And that's what I mean by layers. Okay, you know how like obviously in politics we have like extremists on both sides. Like I feel like the extremist on this side of like derivatives is like copy paste the project. Like I would say RR Basie would be an extremist on like what it means to have a derivative. And then there's like middle derivatives that are like, do you think this is okay if what's it called? OX apes? Like do you think OX apes are okay? Because they have like different traits.
yellow background.
What's that? Yeah,
They have a yellow background.
yellow background. Is that what the difference is? The yellow background and different traits. Do you think if you own a couple of apes, and then you make Gutter did that. Somebody in the Gutter ecosystem, remember, like five apes
All
got
gutter
together.
apes.
Yeah, Gutter apes. Like, what level are derivatives like okay, and like an expression of your art based off this original artist, and when is it just like a copy and paste of another person's art?
I would I would admit a lot of those are copied and pasted. Like when I'm talking about a derivative should be closer to inspiration than straight up copy and paste. Like you could look at something and see something totally different. An artist, anyways, would look at something mundane and see something totally different. And the way they represent that difference is what makes them unique. That's what makes it art. So they could catch inspiration from something and alter it to through their eyes, through their lens. So then it will be a derivative. But if the artist just looks at the picture and be like, oh, it'll look better if it was looking that way. And okay, now I'm gonna write my name on it and it's mine now. No, no,
So
no,
my
no.
Yeah, so literally to do that, all you have to do is get a bot script, and on part of it, it would just say right, for like right facing. You just delete that and put left, flips the whole script. That's it. That's the art.
So
There's a
that's where the term flip the script comes from, huh?
lot in those few clicks.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, a lot of these guys are not really artists. They're just big nerds that get a lot of support from other nerds. I'll be real with you, man. Let's be real. It's nerds that get support. Like 60 ETH to write a ribs for what?
Copy pasta.
He didn't even change anything. He didn't flip it. He didn't flip it horizontally. It's the same. He straight stole people's things and just posted it up. He didn't flip a thing. And now I could go buy these fake apes and get a hexagon around it because it's legit. It's an NFC.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
We're gonna be seeing more of this conversation and more of this debate.
Yeah,
Also,
we have for a while.
during bear markets, so why not
Why
like
not?
make people get bored during bear markets? So like, why not make debate over bears and over derivatives?
Yeah, yeah.
But interesting.
Yeah, but I could like let's I understand the knockoffs people. Let's be clear. Like I know, but I'm not gonna mistake what a knockoff is to like what a derivative is. Like because again, like people when it's successful, the OK beers, we know like 1,000 derivatives or fake OK beers are gonna come into the market. We know that. That's how life works. If something succeeds, there's gonna be a bunch of fake Louis Vuitton purses everywhere, fake Gucci shirts. It's understandable. But those fake Gucci shirts don't create a whole market. They don't they don't create their own store with Gucci's logos, emblems as fake Gucci's and be okay. That's not that's not okay. But it's understandable that people are trying to make money of the success of Gucci. Understandable. The not okay beer, it's understandable DJs are gonna try to flip into something because they missed out. It's understandable. But if those DJs come out with their chest puffed out saying, no, this is original.
I feel you, man. I feel you. See, I of trusting too easy. I hear some people talk about like a movement and art and like what they believe in. Like say the not okay bear thing. That's a great example. Like I'm a big advocate of mental health. So like the way Hustler was articulating himself last night was like this because it's okay to not be okay, and I stand behind that. But at the base of it, what really sucks, especially in this space, is it's all about money. At the end of the day,
it's
he's
scamming.
buying that so he could add a royalty so he can get your money. And that's life for you. It might just,
Yeah,
kick your ass
yeah, but
sometimes. But,
well, I mean, they could easily just created something called not okay beers and have different. There's a lot of beers in the space in the Ethereum space. There's a lot of projects that failed. There's a lot of different beers. You could just still call it not okay and just have a different artwork, and you most likely would have made more than the okay ones from Soul if you just use the name alone and use a different beer to represent. They can even use the same trades, just a different beer. But to just use their beer, it's not okay for real, man. It's not okay. And to ride to as a whole space, like rally behind something like this, that's bad. That's terrible for the space. I don't understand why Ryder Rips is making 60 ETH off this. He made a lot of money off Funks as well. The last time this conversation came up was with the Funks and the Punks, because again, it's the exact same thing. Now, because of the success of the Funks, we had a bunch of crappy derivatives come out. The OXs came out, which is just a yellow background on the same thing. That all they added was a yellow background. Then was the flipped ones. Well, the Funks, anything that had a PH on it. There's mutant. Did I call it mutant Funks, or I forgot? If you add a PH on it, if you add an extra H, that's it's a lineage from the Funks. So all this pretty much came from the success of the Funks being able to come back on OpenSea after it got DMCA'd for copyright infringement. It came back, then the whole wave of people just started flooding the market with all these fake derivatives. Now again, I understand the hustle. I'm not gonna step on the hustle. They're hustling. I got that. But the hustlers don't come in from front. They don't come in to create a space and create like a house around their hustle when it's clearly a ripoff. Like, you don't puff your chest out saying this is legit, and I'm gonna tell you why it's legit by using these geek jargons like, oh no, it's the token that represents the. Come on, bro, you're pumping your bags. It's your bags, man. Stop it. And I don't understand why people fall for these so easily, man. It's crazy. But this is the space we're in. it's not a lot of culture in this space.
Somebody in that space last night changed their name and their and their profile picture, and they said, "I hope Disney's okay with this." And they did a not okay Pooh Bear, and it was
Oh my god.
Winnie the Pooh from Disney, just like being sad.
Speaking of which,
As
I do
dude.
own OX Pooh, by the way. It's for sale. OX Pooh that ETH. If you're trying to cop that, it is for sale.
Last comedic relief, I said a little shout out to your ENS bags. The last little comedic relief I got from the space, I don't remember who it was. He's an influencer too. He had a Beans PFP. He has a lot of followers, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell all my Azuki so I can load up on Not Okay Bears." He's like, "I really want to jump from one rug to another." I just thought that was so funny. Oh, also, sorry, last thing. That guy who's like hilarious. His name is slipping me right now. He made a video about this as soon as it happened, dude. Like within like 10 minutes. K Money, I think that's his name. The guy who makes all
the video. Yeah, I saw that video.
videos. He made a video about this like right after it happened. Yeah, it was Steve Aoki.
Yeah, I saw that video.
He's on right now, pumping out that content. But that was funny. He basically said everything we said. He was like, "Yeah, it's for the community, even though I'm gonna add a royalty and make money off of all you and stuff like that." It was a really funny video. I would definitely go check out K Money.
Yeah, I saw that video. He's pretty good. His contents are getting better. He's just pumping them out now. Like anytime there's a controversy or anything that happens in his space, he hops out. So it's pretty cool. I like his work, man. He's a good
he's
comedian.
Funny, dude. He's very funny. Well, do you want to look at any projects today before we wrap up?
Yeah, but so yeah, let me start from the beginning. How my week has been going, man. Now, In the beginning of the week, I entered some raffles to get some Yeezys to be able to buy Yeezys, sandals. Took three L's, three
Oof.
fat L's right away. Well, it's not the first time. I take almost every time I hop into Yeezys, I get L's. But that leads me to my latest L. I talked about Tiger Bob, right? Remember a little while ago, I talked about
Yeah.
Tiger Bob raffle.
Yeah. You said is your
Yeah,
favorite project to date or something like that. It's gonna be the next gutter.
it's gonna be more higher price than Gutter. Stop playing. But no, I think there's gonna be. It's an artist. The artist behind Moonbirds.
Mhm.
So it's I think it's gonna be 1,000 total. So it's like it's tough to get it, and if you got it, the price is gonna be up, up,
Oh,
up.
I
Let me
remember, yeah, I remember now. It just clicked on what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember it now.
let me pull it up so just so if people are not familiar, because they finally did their raffles, and I want to talk about like how many people got entered and what they had to do. Because again, so if you're in this, if you've ever been in the sneaker resale industry, you know that it's very hard. That's why I talked about Easy earlier. It's very hard to win these raffles because the money involved. Like when people know they could flip something for a few hundred in the aftermarket, it's gonna be bodied. It's not gonna be. They're gonna put more effort into getting those raffles so they could sell, make money. As you can see, a lot of people lose these raffles. Then you see a guy on Facebook or Twitter with a photo of a whole
Yeah,
warehouse full of it that he won. Because
yeah,
again, it's bots, and that's just for a few hundred. Now imagine when the raffles is for JPEGs, you could flip for a few thousand.
yeah. Don't even have to ship.
Imagine.
Don't have to ship. Don't have to like advertise as hard. Like,
Don't even have to put your credit card. Don't have to put your name. Nothing.
yeah,
Imagine how much more botted it would be if it was not just sneakers. If it was JPEGs now that they have some value to it. So let me share my screen right now. Okay, so this is Tiger Bob I talked about. And this the raffle finally got concluded. The mint price is gonna be 0.25. So it's gonna be only 1,000 of them. So this is gonna be a cook for sure. If you could buy a loudest for this, it would be a cook. It would be a cook. It's only gonna be 1,000 of these now. So they finally did their. I want to see if I could find it here where they explain. Here it goes. Here's the thread. Now, like I was talking about how bodied things are. There's only 1,000. I know, Chris, you might not be able to see this. It might be small for you on your screen, but it's over 100,000 entries
yeah. I
for
can read it.
this. Oh, you can read it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Nice.
111,569.
Nice. Yeah, that was it. That was for 1,000, mind you. 1,000 of these. There's that many. Imagine I had one entry, Chris. What are my odds of winning this, Chris? Like a
Pretty low,
thousand
man.
total. Not
Yeah, pretty low.
10,000. 1,000 total. Okay. So this is what they did, which I really appreciate. They did this for people like me with one entry. They actually went through it. They had to cut it down because they know it's gonna be bodied because they've been in this industry for a little while. So this is just a thread talking about how they cut it down. I'm trying to see how it was more succinct before. Okay, let me see if I can find it up here because I know right off the bat. Right off the bat, they cut off about 55,000 of bots right away, and then they had to go back in like with manually because it took them 2 weeks to sort all these entries out. So they went back in, they cut it from 55,000 to 25,000 manually, and then they cut it down even more from there. So at the end of the day, they went through each of these thousands or 600, I believe 619 from the raffle, and they made sure each wallet had at least 50 transactions in them. Each wallet was aged for a little while, so they made it very complicated for you to bot something like this because again,
50
if
transactions. Dang.
yeah, yeah, at least 50 trans. They made sure each winner was not a bot because again, if they didn't go through all this process, imagine one person will get like 900 and nobody else got anything, and
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
just control the market. We've seen this happen before in this NFT space where somebody has this a lot, a whole lot, and people don't have any. I've seen, well, it wasn't a Mechaverse. There was a few drops where that was the case. So they really did. They took a lot of time to go through this and wean out all the. That's why I just wanted to point this out, because I commend them for this. Like, it made it a little more fair. Well, it made it a lot more fair, really. So it's pretty good. Although I took a L, I took a fat L, but
I was hoping you'd end this with saying you got it.
no, I ain't get shit, bro.
Dang.
I just wanted to commend them for doing this, like going through it like this to make it a little more fair. Not a lot of collections do shit like this. Now, I know it took them 2 weeks. Like the raffle ended 2 weeks ago. It took them this long just to filter it out, to go through all the entries. That's a lot of entries, man, just for 1,000. Over 100,000 just for 1,000 pieces. So as you can imagine, the prices are gonna point two
Props to
five
them. Yeah,
point two five
props to them.
ETH. It's gonna be out of here. The price is
This
gonna be out of here.
this also means like the chances of it having like what would the ownership be? Like extremely high ownership. Like it basically be one person for each NFT. Like that's gonna be nuts, dude.
Well, I mean, until they sell, because
Yeah,
I'm
until they
sure
sell. Like there's gonna be some,
wells are gonna
yeah, there's gonna be
scoop.
some wild I saw, but like we're starting out like 100% ownership. Basically, I'm sure like at least a couple people wiggled in another account somehow. But other than that, like dang, that's gonna be nuts, dude.
Oh, the Kansas just made a very very acute. Acute is a good word, right? Astute. Ah,
That's a
astute
great
statement.
great thought.
Yeah, auditors is gonna be a good paid gig, and it's especially for a high like stuff like this, for a high hyped projects that get bodied heavy. That is potential. Now, although you could see that it took them 2 weeks to do this. So if you could if you see pre-mints and stuff that, let's say, it ends today and they pick the winners tomorrow, odds are bots could fly. They're not gonna be do the due diligence like this. You're not Each wallet is not gonna need 50 transactions previously. It's not gonna need to be aged for at least 6 months before. So it's very very different with those. So you could tell, if you have bots, you could easily just you just win those raffles. But something like this, I had to mention it because, again, this is it's a hype project, and it's the way they went about selecting the people who could mint. I commend it, even though I didn't get it. And if you're watching this and this is gonna pop. It's gonna pop. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna
Makes me
pop.
wish I had answered. I don't think I did.
It
You
doesn't
probably.
matter if you did, Chris.
I mean, the chances were a lot better than like again what they could have been. Like, what was the final number? Would it come down to like 25,000?
Yeah, about 25,000.
25 chance, to get it, which like is pretty low,
Well,
but
you
still,
said 1 in 25 chance. You said.
yeah. There's 1,000 of them, and there's 25,000 people competing for it.
Oh, okay,
So I mean,
yeah.
that's not awful. That's
Well,
better than.
I believe it's 600 actually, because they had allowed this for other projects as well, which went to
Okay. So
338. So it's only
you'd have
600.
yeah, you'd have like a 1 in 45 chance, something like that.
Damn, I didn't know you was a
So
math whiz, Chris.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, that's why I had to bring this up. Now, just moving along, I do believe. Hold on, not OpenSea. Nike might have something coming. Like, they might have some secret project coming. Hold on, let me see if I could pull that up as well. I'm trying to find it. Mm, here we go. There we go. So it's swoosh.nike. That's the web address, swoosh.nike. Now, if you go there, it does this. Remember when we did this with those guys at Shaderverse, where the trees change color after
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start? Yeah, this was changing color for me earlier, but I guess not
That's
anymore.
that's cool.
Yeah, so this is a secret project. So all you have to do is just go put your email to get alerted. So nobody knows what it is at all. So just
Yeah.
put your email just to see what it is. I'm not like
Can you,
again,
can
it's
you
a
say that
secret
one more
project.
time? The domain
Swoosh.nike.
swoosh.nike. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I like that alpha right there. That's good. I haven't heard
Yeah,
about this.
that's yeah. So it's a secret project. Again, nobody knows what it is. You just have to put your email
I need you to
and
break down that code for me at the little dots. I
hmm?
need you to break down that code for me for all the little dots.
Yeah. The amount of ETH that we sent Ryder for a scan project. That's what each dot represents. That's 1 ETH, 2 ETH, 3 ETH, 4 ETH, 5. Well, yeah, that's something to look into. Again, when we talked about those, remember yesterday we talked about what was it called again? The the kaiju's, the kaiju kings.
Yeah,
Remember?
I forgot to man.
Oh, you forgot to mint? Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God,
mean,
Chris.
yeah. In my defense, my oldest doesn't have daycare this week, so I'm with the kids all day. So it just
Oh,
it's hard, man. Like trying to do
yeah,
something on the computer, and then the kids are like killing each other. So
yeah, I feel you. But 51,000 got minted, Chris.
yeah, dude. Actually, so I was I was pretty proud. Not proud. That's a weird word to use. I'm still plugged into like VV circles as well. It looks like one of the VV circles, like a lot of them minted this, and like they've pretty much only been about VV for like the past year, and like maybe a couple of other projects. So I was like really surprised to see them randomly mint this out of all things.
You think you have influence, Chris?
No, I don't think it's because
Because
of
I,
me. It wasn't because of
cause,
me. I'm just saying in general, like it was just surprising to see.
I think it was because of you. Because those VV guys don't come out of the closet.
Come
they
on
don't they don't
now.
come out of they don't come out of their dungeon anytime soon. They don't see daylight. They don't see sunlight.
Oh my gosh.
And then they came out here and they minted this. Now it's the price is pretty good. I must admit, like I didn't expect it.
Yeah, free man,
It was
free mint.
free and it's $20. Not
Yeah, dude,
bad.
not bad. So I think you said this yesterday, but were those like custom or is it still kind of random?
What do you mean? Oh
Like,
no, it was custom. You chose everything. You chose the hat, the background, the eyes, the
dang, dude,
skin base.
I dropped
Yeah,
the
you
ball.
choose everything.
I wish I'd been able to mint. I've been fun. I've enjoyed making my little avatar.
Yeah, I made a few.
I know,
I'm
I know,
good.
I know.
Yeah, so it was crazy. It was 38,000 yesterday when we mentioned it, and it was only like 3 hours left, and now it's 50,000.
Once,
Like whoa.
dang, yeah, that's a lot at once. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So it's. I guess this is a very successful drop because
Oh,
it
the
has a lot of
bouncing.
mints.
How's the bouncing floor? Can you distinguish that?
Uh, I don't know the exact. Let me see if it's
You know the
typed.
trait that it
No, that's.
is.
Yeah, I just go by effect. And effect, you need to inject at least point 0.4, so they're all gonna be higher. But you need point oh
Okay.
six 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 to get a bouncer. I don't know how to filter by
Yeah.
the bouncers,
Okay, got you.
so it's not. It's no way for me to be able to tell that. Let me see if they have the trait that says when they bounce.
The Kansas did have a good
No.
question. He said, "Wait, why is this not RTFKT?"
That's he was talking about the swoosh, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I guess they're
S-
just launching another project.
let me go back to swoosh that Nike. All right. So why is this not artifact? I
Yeah,
do not know.
eh,
I wouldn't. Wait, for one, we don't know what this is. That's one thing we don't. All we could do is put our email and say it said new experience from Nike coming soon. That's all we know. So we don't know if it is artifact. We don't know if Nike is doing something different than that for NFT space. We have no clue. This is all we know right here. Is that the only thing that we know for certain is that each dot represents the amount of money we sent Ryder Rips for
that's
his
the other thing we never
for
said.
his rip. That's all we know.
All right,
That's all.
I have a legit guess on the dots.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
my
What you got?
each one is actually a little NFT that you're gonna own, and that's how many editions there are. I don't know how many is in there, but
You want to
That's my
guess?
guess.
Let's
That's
see.
my guess. Yeah.
Let's guess how many checks is in here.
Dude, I
These
don't
are all
know.
little checks, by the way. Check, 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 check.
500,000. I don't know. So, probably a lot.
500,000? You sure?
Nah. Click it
That's
again.
not 500,000.
Every time you click it, it makes it look like way more. When you
Yeah,
don't click
because
it, it's like
it
this.
zooms in. I can
Yeah.
zoom out. Hold on, let me zoom out. It just
I-
zooms in, I think.
That. Well, how much do you think that is?
How much?
Yeah. No, like
Uh,
little squares.
let's see. Oh, look, you could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19. I thought you was the math whiz, Chris.
Yeah, but
If I had to guess,
it's three dimensional too, so you got to think of the ones that are in the inside.
true, true, true. If I had to guess, I'll say
I
probably
guess that cube
20,000.
pretty easily. Yeah, 200,000 is a good guess. I was gonna cut mine too.
Yeah, yeah. The cubes would be an easy one, but
Yeah, we could
sweep.
actually guess that. I don't
Yeah,
know. Anyways, yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna sign up for that today if I remember.
Are you,
I hope
Chris?
so, man. I hope so.
I know you like to leave money on the table.
I do. I do.
Yes,
Speaking of which, we got the demonic event coming up Saturday, and I'm not gonna be able to mint it.
is it? Are you
Yeah,
sure that's gonna be a cook or that's gonna be a flop?
they dropped the game trailer. I can play that real quick.
Yeah, please. Another. We love trailers on this show.
It's
Can you put it on the volume too?
yeah, I can. It's not. I don't know. I mean, it
It's
doesn't
not
look bad.
professional.
No, but I mean, would you rather them release like a paid Fiverr, fake thing, or like actually have gameplay footage? I guess. So it looks pretty decent. Here, let me get it to where I can get the sound in.
Let's see it, man. It looks decent. Is it better than Huxley? Because we watched Huxley yesterday.
Well, that's what I was saying. Huxley was the one that like looked like a paid movie. Is that the one like the comic one? Yeah.
Yeah,
The comic one looks like a paid movie to me. This actually looks like gameplay. Let's see. All right, let me know if you can you hear it.
Realms Phase 1. Hi, I'm Lily, the baddest bitch this side of hell. Welcome to the Waking Realms Phase 1. Demonica. We're standing on a demonstration shard from our Neon Tokyo biome. In our beta game, these shards will be sprawling levels with enough killable monsters and loot
Wait,
to
pause
choke an
it.
African elephant. We'll
Wait, Neo Tokyo has anything to do with this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought you just mentioned it. Oh, okay. Keep going.
I'll rewind it.
levels with enough killable monsters and loot
Wait.
to choke an our Neon Tokyo biome.
Oh,
Neon.
Neon. Oh my god.
How'd you get that confused?
Neon. Oh, the Kansas caught that too.
I didn't catch it the first time. That's hilarious.
It's like Neon.
In our beta game, these shards will be sprawling levels with enough killable monsters and loot to choke an African elephant. You'll hop from shard to shard, slaughtering as you go.
Pause
If you
it.
win, you'll
Pause
earn hordes
it.
of
Pause it, please. To choke African elephant. Yo, who's doing this? Who's doing this? Because from Jump, right? From Jump, when she just came out, just bad bitch swearing right off the rip, I was like, huh. Then Neon Tokyo, then choking African elephants. Why?
An elephant, man. I don't know.
Why do you gotta choke an African elephant for? What did it do to you?
Who wrote this? It had to be. I don't know, man. This is great.
Fighting always comes with risk. If you lose, you forfeit all your winnings. I'll see you in the
that sucks.
Dreamverse very, very soon.
There's your alpha.
Hi.
Yeah, instant flips.
You gonna play? You don't want to
Instant
hold.
flips.
You don't want to hold just to play the game.
Let me flip a coin. Oh my god. That's as fast as I'm gonna flip once I mint, man. By the way, this is my coin right here.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Can't see it.
There you go.
I like it. I like Gutter Cat Gang.
It's a chip. Yeah, that's an instant flip for me, man. I don't know about that trailer. It looks like they actually paid Fiverr to do that one. Like the Huxley looked like they paid a real studio to do their trailer. Yeah, they actually paid Fiverr for that one, man. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's only time will tell. We'll see what hype is around that one. I haven't
it's
really.
it's not like the actual going to be their game. It's just like a alpha version of it. But I would, if I could mint, I would probably mint just to flip. But I can't mint, so have fun.
Yeah, they
Hope it works.
the Kansas said they got a Fiverr scriptwriter.
Yeah, probably did.
Most likely, man. Well, why are they choking African elephants is what I don't understand, man. Like, what's going on over there?
They just so we'd pause it and talk longer about it, and other people would. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't think there's. Hold on, let me check if there's anything we need to like talk about before we get out of here.
Or we
Let's
leave
see, is
until
there any
Monday.
till Monday, right?
Yeah.
All right. So again, we already. If you're new here, we just talked about. What was that? I'm tripping.
Not
Not
okay.
okay beers. Not okay.
Bears.
I'm not okay right now. Talk about not okay beers, Minton.
Bear, so you can, for the culture.
What am I doing? Am I gonna
Buy
buy
a
one?
not okay bear for the culture. So you can give your
Oh,
money to hustle, and just so you can make a statement that
a
you're not
hustler.
okay. Yeah, hustler.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it before he bought. Now, because again, I'm a hypocrite, man. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. I hate funks. But if I could have made that profit that funks made,
I told you the day up. I wanted.
uh,
Well, they're 0.03 the first time we talked about it on here, and I was like, man, I wonder if the pump is done. I kind of want to buy in. And dude, even on Looks Rare right now, they're like at a 0.15 floor. On Looks Rare, they dropped pretty heavy, and then they rebounded up once Hustler bought.
oh, breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking alpha from C Phrase. I mean, breaking alpha from the Kansas. He said C Phrase just tweeted that he's gonna be on ABC News live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay,
Enter the metaverse. Okay, we'll watch out for that. That should be cool,
that would be
right?
cool.
I don't know what it's gonna be talking about, but we'll
I don't know.
see.
It'd be covered,
I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna float around on Twitter about it. But yeah, I think we're pretty much covered almost everything. Other than the eight, are you familiar with A16Z
Yeah, I
universe?
am. Well, I'm just familiar in the fact that that's one of going back to our writer rips or whatever. He doesn't like them because they're involved too, thinking that they're also involved with like the whole like Nazi white supremacist stuff. But I don't know.
They
I mean,
might be. I
I,
don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know anything about it. What were you going to mention them for?
I was gonna mention they just created their first gaming fund. It's called Game. It's called Games Fund One, and they're committing $600 million to it. Not so
Oh
funny
wow!
now, Chris. Nah, yeah. He was laughing. Now
It's just
it's not a joke anymore.
a funny follow up.
It's like it was all giggles for you until they told you, all right, $600 million. Okay.
I think they're involved in the Azuki, that whole Azuki docs thing. I think they were involved in somewhere in that too. I don't know if they're an investor or what, but I've just
Yeah,
seen the name floating around this week.
A16Z, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's why I brought it up because they're committing 600 mil to a gaming fund, which I'm guessing is going to be metaverse games. So
yeah,
that's a
built
lot of
around
money.
RR Basie.
Our or yours?
The RR, like the Rider Rips Basie. That's the Basie V3.
R basically. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
was gonna ask, are you gonna buy one of those?
Heck no, dude.
Yeah. You sure, Chris? I thought you've always wanted one of these, man.
He's saying that's gonna flip Basie, so who knows?
It might. It's only V3. It's three away from the top. So
Yeah,
hey, it's the closest thing, right? Like, what's closer to Basie than Basie V3?
you're
Nothing.
right.
Nothing at all.
What was
It's the biggest.
did you see the Milady derivative last night? Like Milady
I
v
heard about it.
Basie or whatever.
I
Okay,
didn't
so
see it.
yeah, that's a whole. I guess that's a whole other conversation. So that was one of the derivatives that actually was respected, I guess, because it was more of like a meme and like actually like they did stuff with it. But that's a whole other conversation. It's a whole other rabbit hole.
Okay. Yeah, another something else. Chimpers is another big thing that's coming out that a lot of DJs are looking forward to. Chimpers is out now. If you bought the ebooks, you could get I think allow list. I'm not sure if it's a mint list. I mean a claim or allow list, but I think it's allow. And those ebooks is just a digital pixelated ebook. It's weird. It's a pixelated book. Let me see if I could. I'll find it for you. It's just a
Also,
pixelated book.
this what's it called? The snapshot just happened. The Dickens had pointed it out. It says 6 minutes left on the Chimper snapshot. So if that's the case, this literally went from 3.6 to 0.6 during the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. This is the ebook right here that a lot of DJs were buying for over 2 ETH. Well, 3.6 floor it got up to just because they wanted chimpers. And now that the snapshot happened, as the Kansas just pointed out, is dropped to 0.6 now. That's wild. That's wild that somebody would buy this.
Yeah.
like, why would you buy it? It's a I don't understand the space sometimes, man. This is a digital book, man. It's a pixelated book. It's like, what's going on? What is going on? What have we gotten ourselves into, Chris?
I don't know, man. Like I said, people get bored during a bear market.
Yeah, they do, but people also make money too.
They do.
Look
they do.
a writer.
That's what we're here to do. Make money.
Yeah, we should do that for Ninjalerts, man. We should have our own Ninjalerts V3s.
Try to get the exact same functionality and everything like that.
Just rip off Trevor's hose. rip everything off, man. Instead of yellow, make sure it's like maybe blue. Change the color a little bit. Make it a derivative. You know,
just different shady.
Ours for sure.
Different shady yellow. Like we'll go like a little bit like darker yellow, not as bright.
So more like piss yellow.
That'd be different enough.
All right, so I'm done for the week, man. You got anything else, Chris?
That's about it. There are those here. I will briefly shout this out because obviously we're wrapping up. Trippin' Apes is minting soon on Solana. That's going to be a ripper. But it's one of those things that's really hard to get on their allow list. So I don't even know if there's a point of me bringing it up because it's going to be so hard. But it's something just to watch. Share this tab instead. So this is Trippin' Apes, their Twitter. Yeah, they got 363,000 followers on Twitter. Huge engagement, and in the Discord they have like over 200,000. But the you go to what?
No, you. That's. I just want to see what they look like.
They look good. I think. Like I think the sneak peeks look good. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be a good Solana ripper. It's dropping soon. I don't remember exactly the date, but if you're on Solana, something to keep your eye on. That's about. There's another one, but I can talk about that next week.
Yeah, I know a few Solanas that's coming out as well. That's gonna be hyped. So maybe next week we'll start actually also giving out Solana, alpha as well. Because again, we talk about the ETH ones that's gonna blow up, like Tiger Bob, Chimpers. So maybe next week we're gonna start also adding Solana to that as well. So look out for it because a lot of people are starting to play in that Solana pool now. So you gotta accommodate them too.
I got a couple. I don't have a lot, man, but I got a very small bag of Soul, and I got my Phantom wallet, and I got on Magic Eden, so I'm ready for something. Something to
buy
move.
Something. You know what you should have bought, man? Those cats on crack that look like gutter cats. They're out there now. They're up there. The floor is not little.
I heard that. I actually saw one the other day on my Twitter feed. I almost sent it to you. It was really funny. It even mentioned gutter, I'm pretty sure, in the post, but yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's but it's up there now. If you bought that, you made money. But hey, we gotta look more into Solana, man. I mean, if ETH is just sluggish, if the only thing pumping right now is Riders fake BAYC, then We're gonna have to start looking into Solana for more innovation. Like that's what it's looking like. Look like the
Yeah,
innovation
man.
or the creativity, anyways, went to Solana. So we got to get over there too, because if all we're gonna be doing is fake derivatives and ripoffs, that's what Solana used to be. When it
Yeah,
first
it's
started, it was
ironic.
just ripoffs.
Yeah,
Now Ethereum
ironic.
is down and Ethereum is all ripoffs. That is what's selling now. So hey, let's pack our bags and move on.
Alejandro
Gotta
said a
ride
really
the
kind
wave.
comment. He said, "You're the Web 2, Web 3 bridge. You have no idea what you can move. I wish I could talk to people like you guys. I'm too degen to pull it off. You're explaining NFTs to the masses. Truth and knowledge is priceless." Really appreciate that, Alejandro. That's a very kind thing to say. And
Thank
that
you.
was that
Thank
was
you,
a little bit
Alejandro.
the other day was like basically
We're building here.
some of those guys that we mentioned earlier were hating on Nifty Portal for being too entry level. And I was like, dude, people
Ah.
need that. People need entry level. All right, Gutter's done. We're gonna conclude.
you know this.
Thanks everybody for watching. We will catch you guys Monday, same time, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Said at the beginning, outro, but brought to you by Ninjalerts. Go check out Ninjalerts. It's on fire sale all the time, especially right now. So thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you Monday. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.